is third lecture of designing REST API with Spring Boot. In this, I'm going to cover exception handling in REST API. You know exception handling? If you are performing some operation, some problem occurs at runtime, you want to show the proper message to the end user. Yes, you know? For example, you want to delete mobile, you want to call this endpoint, and this does not exist in database. Or you want to get data and this mobile ID is not there. We don't have data against this mobile ID. You can throw the exception and you can show the proper message to the end user. That is the one thing we can discuss. Second thing we can discuss is, if you want to persist the data in database, right? I hope this is clear and I'll show you the postman. So let's focus on this. Clear? So guys, if you want to save your data in database, what are the different technique of it? Any guess? I want reply from you. If you want to save your data in database permanently, there is certain way to do it, right? First approach of doing is plain JDBC. You know plain JDBC, class.for name, driver manager.get connection, URL, comma, username, password. Third
Yeah.
approach is Spring JDBC. You can use JDBC template and you can write minimal code and you can connect with the database. Third one is Hibernate. Have you heard about Hibernate? Hibernate is an ORM tool which allows your Java object to map into database table and vice versa. And
It's
on
like
top
a
of it,
delivery guy between Eclipse and database.
not Eclipse, in your program, in your Java program and database. Eclipse is nothing. Eclipse is an editor which facilitates you to develop your program. Make sense? So
Makes
what is
sense.
the, what is the agenda? Agenda is, I told you, right? So I'm going to use which technology to connect my Java program with database? Don't know. I'm going to use Spring Data JPA. If you have any confusion, feel free to ask questions. Hmm? Yeah. See, the first thing which you have to do
Mr.
is
Nagin. So in a real project, right? Like usually in real project, how do they use to connect with database like JPA, Hibernate, JDBC? What do they prefer?
good question. See, if it depend on, right? But if you see the latest trend of the project, like if you're working with the latest project, of course they are using Spring Data JPA.
Hmm? JPA is much better, right?
JPA, let's talk on JPA, sir. Your question may be JPA, 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 right? Why it is important? You just give me a few seconds. Let me pull my information. First of all, anybody tell me what is the ORM? Please reply.
Object relational mapping.
Yeah, it stands for what it does.
It converts Java object to database and back database to Java.
Nice. Okay, that's correct. Okay, so JPA basically comes on top of this ORM tool. Anybody heard about JEE?
Yes,
It is
Java
it's Java
Enterprise.
Enterprise Edition.
Java Enterprise Edition. That is right. What do you mean by that?
It means like what we do, like all from serverless, the advanced Java, whatever frameworks are.
J stand for Java Enterprise Edition. Earlier, it might be known with this J2E. Have you heard about J2E? Earlier, it was J2E, but when JDK 5 came, it was renamed as JE. So, what J is? JE is a specification where many technologies are mentioned all together, right? It is a collection of technology. Can you see this? Noor? EJB, JMS, JTA, JPA,
Yes.
JSF, JTS, JDBC, JAS, JXWS, JTL, JSP,
Hmm.
Servlet, JNDI, right? There are many things altogether, right? So, 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 so what this is? Actually, there are different vendors, right? You might know WebLogic, WebSphere, JBoss, right? Microsoft. There is many vendor altogether. They sit together and they design this J2E stack. In J2E stack, some technologies are already defined, right? So J is nothing, it's collection of technology altogether. Spring, Hibernate, whatever open source technology you talk about, right? It is not part of the J. I hope you understand. So
Yes.
why this J is defined? Because in JE, all these technology stacks are there as per the JE standard. Different vendor like WebLogic develop their application server, WebSphere develop their application server, JBoss develop their application server. What is the benefit? Whatever application server they develop, they gives the implementation of it. No, the benefit is if you use this technology, you should not bother about the jar and all. Why?
Hmm.
Because those jars are already bundled in the application server. Oh, nice. So what is the benefit of JE? If you develop your application by using this JE stack, no need to add any dependency in your POM and all. Why? Because those jars are already bundled with the application server. When you deploy your application in the application server, automatically those jars will be available for you. You got it? If you
So
develop any,
JE, so JE application, they like they run like on runtime, pretty much, right?
exactly, you should not bother about jar and all. Everything is
Hmm.
bundled over there, right? Another benefit is since this is well-defined technology altogether, standard. If you develop your application for WebSphere, it will run seamlessly on WebLogic, right? And other application server. Clear? And benefit is your application will be in a couple of MB only, right? You got a point?
Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Another point of view, since it is based on standard technology, if you need some support, right, you can talk to your application server provider. Hey, WebLogic, I am facing this problem. Can you help me? They will help you. Got it? And application server are normally paid. I hope you
Hmm.
understand what is the benefit of using JStack
Yes.
and whatever you can do with Spring. Everything is in JStack, man. Right? But still people prefer open source. Why? Because in open source you have a lot of flexibility. Yes, you can customize your library, right? There is a lot of open source project, and it is very successful also. I hope I'm making myself clear.
Got it.
So JPA is a part of JStack, right? Java Persistence API, right? But you can open this, you can use with open source also, right? So question is what JPA is. The first point about JPA is it is a part of JStack. Say yes, Some of
Yes.
people. JPA is a part of JStack. Yeah. So question is why JPA? Why JPA? If Warm tool is there, do you know any name of the Warm tool? Nobody's replying. I said, do you know any name of the Warm tool?
Hibernate. That's
Hibernate. Yeah, Hibernate is one of the example, but there is many more ORM tool. I can tell you some more name. Anybody heard about IBTs? Say yes or no.
No.
Blink.
right.
Yeah, these are some open JPA. These are the some example of other ORM tool apart from Hibernate. Okay. Oh, nice. So let's understand what ORM says. ORM says, hey, I'm the magic. Uh, Through my technique, you can save your Java object directly into database table and vice versa. And Hibernate ORM makes your application database independent or not? Answer my question. What I said? ORM says,
Yes.
give me Java object. I'll map it database table column automatically and vice versa. That's fine. Uh, ORM makes your application database independent or not? And why? First of all, tell me yes or no.
No
Yes.
idea.
Actually, this is one of the main feature of the Hibernate. Hibernate makes your application database portable. If you are developing your application for Oracle and tomorrow you want to migrate it for MySQL, do you need to do any code change? No. You have
No.
to just do change some setting dialect. Nice. This is one of the beauty of the ORM tool. Hey guys, crowd, do you understand what is the main benefit of ORM? It makes your application
Independent.
database independent.
Yes.
What independent? Database independent.
Database independence. We can easily move to another one. Whatever.
Yeah, you see, ORM makes your application database independent. So if your requirement is you have to develop some application and you don't know about database, so it is mandatory to use ORM tool. Noor.
Yes. Got it.
Next thing is, uh, you know, you want to your requirement is you need to develop application and you are not sure about ORM. It can be Hibernate, it can be IPTs, it can be Toppling. So what you need to do? You have to create a wrapper. You have to use JPA for that purpose. What? Let me make a nice diagram for you, right? So question is, we have ORM and ORM makes your application database independent. On top of ORM, you can use another abstraction layer that is called JPA. So what JPA does? JPA basically makes your application ORM independent. No, this is the main thing.
Yes.
People who are not replying. Who is Gator? ORM says I'll make your application database independent. But JPA says database independent. But JPA says I will make your application what? ORM independent. If you use JPA, what is the benefit? You can use any ORM tool. JPA makes your application ORM independent. Nobody is replying.
Yeah. Got it.
If you are using JPA, today you are using Hibernate, your manager asks you to migrate to top link. It will take time? No. You have to just do some configuration change, right? So JPA is just one level abstraction on ORM tool. That is correct. And JPA is one level of abstraction on ORM. Hmm?
Basically, GPA helps us to use ORM.
Yeah. JPA interface your ORM tool. JPA, can we use JPA without ORM tool? Answer it. No.
Yes.
J no. JPA does not exist. JPA does not exist
Without.
independent. Independent. Or without ORM.
Yeah, it must come. It must be with ORM. Without ORM, it's nothing.
Because it provides certain hook through which you can hook it. JPA does not exist without ORM. That's correct. So why people use JPA? You understand? Yeah. JPA
Yes, sir.
says I'm the power, I'm the abstraction. If you use to me, I can make your application ORM independent. Then another thing is you might have learned that is Spring Data JPA. Spring Data JPA says if you use to me, no need to write code. I'll make your application DAO-less. I'm confused. What is it? I'll make your application DAO-less. No need to do database programming. Who says?
Spring Data.
Spring Data. The Spring Data JPA plus ORM. So ORM says I'll make your application database independent. No need to do any programming, query, all that. I'll automatically do for you, right? JPA says I'll make your application ORM independent. Spring Data says I'll make your application DAO-less. Spring Data makes your application. Nobody is replying. DAO-less means no need to write code for DU layer.
For DAO layer, yeah.
No need to write code for DU layer. Yes, yes. Confused?
No.
People reply, this is a very important point. If you read all these things yourself, you will not understand. Honestly, I'm telling you. Hmm? Nice. Let's come to the diagram. Okay. Hey, who will tell me the certain benefit of ORM tool? First benefit of ORM tool is it can map your Java object directly into database table and vice versa. Second, it helps you for automatically generating the primary key. Third, it provides caching label. First level is caching, second level caching. Locking concept. It makes your application database portable. It also helps you to do the transaction management. It provides different way of mapping, one to one, one to many, many to many, unidirectional, bidirectional. Automatic
Generate
schema
schema.
generation. Schema means you should not bother about table creation
Yeah.
and etc. And there may be many more benefit of it, right? It also helps to generate the dynamic query. It also helps you for supporting pessimistic, optimistic logging. I
And
hope you
again,
understand what I'm saying. Yeah,
what is caching first level and level?
yeah. Caching normally when you fetch data sometime and data is going to be used again and again, right? So instead
Mm.
of hitting database query and all, you can fetch data first time from database and you can load into your RAM. The second time, if somebody needs same data, instead of going to the database and hitting the query all, right, find the query and all, you can directly return from the RAM. So it will make your application faster. Make sense?
Makes sense.
If you hit your database again and again, right, you fire the query again and again, there would be, network latency, network overhead. If you put from the RAM, it would be faster. I hope you understand why we need caching.
Yes, sir.
In industry, sometimes I'm seeing people are using second level caching, but now there is a concept of distributed caching. We'll talk about Redis caching for it. Okay, make sense? So who will tell me why I am using JPA over here? Who will tell me very quickly whom I should ask with? Jeevan?
Because we, oh,
Tell me. Go ahead.
To make ORM independent.
Very nice. Very nice. This makes your application ORM independent. That's correct. This is the only reason. And JPA is a part of JStack. Am I right? Hello. JPA is the specification which helps you to use ORM. That's fine. JPA makes your application ORM independent. Yes. Mhm. Nice. And Spring Data makes your application DAO-less. Means no need to write JDBC logic to communicate with database. People reply, whatever point I discuss is clear to
Yeah,
everybody.
I mean that one is a little bit unclear. Spring Data
Which
makes
one?
the application DAO-less.
DAO-less means you are not going to write code for fetching the data and all, right? In Hibernate, you may be writing the code, right? SQL and all. But if you see Spring Data JPA, no need to write any code. Everything is
Oh,
declared in the interface.
you mean like a SQL queries?
Nothing you write. I'll show you.
Oh, okay.
That is the agenda for today. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you use of Spring Data JPA. Can you help me? So what I need to do, my dear friends, can you help me? I have to make a first of all entity class. Who says Spring Data JPA? You know entity class? I hope already it has been covered
yes.
as a part of ORM. So here you see I'm making DAO layer. So important when you make any package, it must be inside the package in which your main class reside. Your main class reside inside com.wrap3tech, right? Your Spring Boot starter class. So in DAO, I can make entity. Please let me know if anything is not clear to you. Mhm. And class name could be anything. I'm just making mobile entity, right? Entity means it's just naming convention which says this mobile class can be saved into database table. So here you can use JPA annotation table.
Table or entity?
Yeah, you can use anything. Entity is important, right? I agree with you. I agree with you. See, this annotation is not coming. You know why? Because I forget to add the jar. So what jar I have to add? Spring Data JPA. Allow me. See, I do not remember. I can go to the Spring Boot starter
I haven't
website
done
on.
JPA.
I can go and download
And
from
there's a connector or
the module.
something database.
Spring data you can type. Can you see this? This one. I have just added it, right? From here you can copy. I hope you know what I'm doing. Yes, you know. In Palm, have you seen my technique? Or you can Google it, right? Yeah, Google will tell
Yeah,
you.
we can go map in repository.
But you have to Google it for it, right?
Yes.
This jar we have to add. I'm just add. Please, for small questions, any query you can ask with me. And in this, you have to add your MySQL connector also. You know MySQL connector?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And for MySQL, you can download it as per your. Here, I don't think we have MySQL.
Yes, there is
Oh, everything is
driver.
here. Oh man, we are lucky. Eh? Everything is here.
And the
Or you
Spring,
can
everything is there.
here, but you can download it from Maven repository also. I can tell you that technique also, not a problem. Normally, I'm not doing like this. First time I'm doing. Oh, can you see this? My dear friend. Done. Okay. Hello. Is clear? People who will tell me why I have added this dependency, it will allow your program to talk to MySQL. This is Spring Data JPA repository. Automatically, it will download the JPA dependency and Hibernate ORM dependency. Anybody have any question queries so far? And Spring Data JPA Spring Boot says, right? You have to connect with database or not? Yeah. So in application.property file, you have to define those information, right? What information? More. Username,
URL,
password. Yeah, yeah. Those information, dialect and all.
username, password.
And I hope this should be auto generated in this file. Why? Because the moment when you add Spring Data, it's not there. I'm sorry. I was thinking it should be there, but it's not there. Okay. Let me try in this. So I'll tell you how to copy paste.
I
Not
think there is not there.
I
Spring
can I can
dot
I can
data
Google it.
source
I
dot.
was yeah. No need to remember, sir. I have around maybe 200 projects where I'm using it. Right. What is my approach? Spring Boot. Can you guide me to search Spring Boot JPA CRUD? Mhm. And let's use this. Hey, you guys are not helping me. I do not know anything, but I can search it. Yes, you know.
Yes.
I'm doing it,
Yes.
and I need your help. So this website says,
You
go
can
and
get
do
that path
do, do
here.
this entry. Yeah. So I'm just going to put it. This is. I need your help. I'm
One
just
hop.
opening my Eclipse. Yeah.
Best.
We
This
don't know
is one
your username and password.
problem. I would like to tell you. MySQL. Hey, this much is clear to everybody, right?
Yeah, that's clear.
And here you can use localhost. The port number by default 33306. You know it, right?
06.
And
Yes.
database name you want to use same. Like this setting, you know it, right? Pravat, what you were setting he may be using, you can use the same thing, right? Not a problem. And like here you can write some code. I don't remember right now. I have to open my editor. You can write some code which can create your database automatically.
Uh,
So auto create if does not exist, something like that. Okay, create database. Create if does not. I don't remember. Okay, here you have to mention it. Oh, somebody send me. Thank you. Okay, you are my friend. Hmm. He sent me. Like he sent me this much. Can you see this? This is nice, right? It will create a entry database if it is not there. Anybody have any question query? My database name is Please reply. Mobile DB store. Yeah, store DB. Guys, you are not replying, then you are not doing good because if you don't understand all this thing, you'll be in trouble. You know what is the meaning of this?
Yeah,
Actually, it will create a schema, right?
Update.
It means if it is not there, create it. If it is there, don't do anything. And this is a dialect. This dialect is for Hibernate 5, right? Sorry, MySQL 5. But let's see if it doesn't work, we can update it. Fine. Hello. Anybody have any question query? This setting is
no,
for.
No, sir.
This setting is for
Database wallet
Spring. Exactly. Spring Data GPA. Done. Now you can use entity. Entity means you are saying, hey, this is my entity class. That means it can be saved into
database.
database. And you should use this annotation, JavaX JPA notation, because I'm going to use JPA. After that, you can use table.
Table.
If
We
you
can
don't give the
define name
name,
there.
yeah, by default it will take same name as class name, but you can give the name of
Table.
choice. So table name equals to, you can give anything, right? Mobile underscore table. Then you can define here primary key. All this I want to match with my mobile. Allow me. Already I have mobile view.
ID.
Mhm. You see
MID.
my, yeah, you see my speed. I cannot write all this thing as a layman. Okay. Can you see this? Done. Mhm. Yeah. You want to make in Hibernate, when you design entity, you have to make a primary key. So ID is my primary key. Mhm.
Then yes.
So you can use this ID, and you want to make it auto generated, then
Generated
you can
value.
use generated value. Everybody mugged it, and you can define the column size for color, vendor, and all. It is up to you want to define it or not. The strategy
Strategy.
equals to, you can use
Implicit
auto identity,
type.
whatever you want to use. Yeah, you have to use
Identity.
some getter. Here you want to use, yeah, all will work. If you want to set the size of this column, right? Uh, Otherwise, it will take 255. You want to give the column size of your choice, you can give it. Using which annotation?
Call.
Column annotation. Here you can mention the length equals to 40. If you don't give it, it will take
255.
255. Price, no need to do it. In description, you can put it, 200. Any question query? No question query, right? Hello. Spring data says I'll make a replication DAO-less, right? So please create a repository class. Which class?
Repository.
Repository. Mobile repository. And
Extend.
this should be interface. And it should extend JPA repository. You know it. And here you can write your
yes.
entity class name for which you want to work. And here you can write the primary
The
key
data
type.
Type.
type, the
Primary
prime.
key type is integer.
Integer.
My job is done. My DAO layer is developed. Oh my God. DAO layer is ready.
Ready to use.
Ready to use. That's why I'm saying it's easy, right? Now it is up to you. You want to make service layer or not. Service layer is a mediator between your API and repository. So as per the best practice, we should use service layer. You tell me, I should design service layer or not? Yes, of course you should.
Yes, of course. With the
I'm just
interface.
making, yeah,
Hmm.
I'm just making another layer
That
that is
is
service
business
layer.
logic, important thing.
Exactly. As per the microservices design, all the business logic should come in this service layer only. Mobile service, you can make impl means implementation. And when you make the implementation, you should always expose
Extend.
all this method with the interface. So I just make this interface. You see my style of the coding? You can create the interface by reverse engineering, right? Opposite of it. So here you have to use implements. then it would create an interface. Then I don't know you guys are following me or not. Of course, you can use this notation service.
Service.
Say, yep, it's coming. Service. You know it, right? And can I
Yes,
auto
sir.
add my repository? Of course, you can
Yes.
auto add private mobile repository. Yeah. And what you want to
Repository.
do? First operation which you want to do is you want to save
Uh,
it. The public while
what is the annotation? How to
save.
wire?
Yeah, I forget it. Sorry. Auto add by take by it is by default it is by type. I'm going to use this annotation. Go. Done. See, in this you will pass your mobile view. Yes, you know. Yeah. REST API will call and REST API will say, hey, can you save my mobile view in database? Yes. Here I'm using override. Why? Because I want to add this method in the interface. You know, Prabhat already, I hope he has covered all those things. It is just repetition. And I want everybody should be able to do this much. Okay. After that, when you go to the repository, repository says if you want to save the data, call my inbuilt method. Which
So,
method? Save method. And is saying I will not take mobile view. I will take entity class. Oh, is it? Is it?
mobile
Repository
entity.
said I am designed for entity class. So you have to make the entity class. Yes, you know, make the object of it. Hello. And all the data which is in this you want to copy as it is in this. There is a class. I don't know you know it or not. Using this class, right? This is the class. It has a static method. All the data in mobile source you want to copy into entity. Matching what? Attribute of this class and attribute of this class both are same. Yes, you know. So using this class utility method, you can copy data from source to target. Say yes. After that, you can save it. My coding is done. Anybody have any question query?
Uh, can you explain me about like a beanutil dot copy properties?
Sure. Like here,
I'm seeing first time these
eh,
things as well.
just a second. It's giving me the error. Can you see this? Remove or override notation because of version of the Java. You have to. This is one of the mistake, right? You can face the issue. But last time when I was updating it, I don't know. It is not able to update my Maven. You know why that is coming? Here is coming J2 SC 1.5. How you can update it? I'm showing you. Click on the property. Hmm. Go to the compiler, and from here you can change. You can change the version of it, right? At least you can
Right.
take more than J2 1.5. Anything you take, that's fine. It will work. Can you see this? People, you are not replying.
Yeah, I got it.
It's showing still over here. I'm just looking into it. Ah, there you. I change it from here. Okay. Done. People, you are not replying. You got this method confused. Okay, you want to know this method?
Yes, sir.
This is one of the static method of this bean utils. Bean utils comes from the Spring framework. This method says, give me the source object, right? I can copy all the values from here to here, but under the condition, attribute of this class and attribute of this class should be match, right? If attribute of the entity and mobile viewer does not match, those attribute won't be get copied. Now it's clear? Ram,
Yes, sir.
it's clear to you?
So is a weak copy attribute supposed to be same in the both class? That's why you're gonna use their things, right?
Exactly, exactly. Attribute should be same, right? Otherwise, data won't be get copied. Mhm.
So this is the process of copying data from one class to another class, right?
Yeah, one object to another object.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Copy data to entity object. No? Yeah. So this can save the data, right? Now you want to fetch it. Allow me. So method would be public, and you want to fetch it by primary
ID.
key of it. Primary key of it. Find by ID. Okay. Everything should be done. I know that. So here I'm just passing this, right?
MIT.
So what I need to do? So here, first of all, I would like to add this method in my interface. Trying. And this should be on tips, I'm telling you. I have to overwrite. And in this we have method. We have a method here, find by ID. Can you see this? This is inbuilt method in Spring Data JPA. This and this matches coincidence, right? I'm doing like that. But here you can write anything, right? Hmm? Load by ID. It's okay. This is my custom method. I can write anything. People, you have to reply. Yes. Yes. Hmm? When you fetch data by ID, I don't know. Do you know optional? There is a concept in Java 8 optional. Optional means it can return the value, it cannot return the value. Nobody knows, right? It can return empty result also. So
Entity.
Yes, when there is null value. Mm.
empty record, because you don't know record is there or not. It it could be, it could not, right? So here it will return optional. So in order to, why is giving error? Because I did mistake. I should write entity, right? Because a repository deals with entity. Make sense? Now what you need to do? From optional, if data is there, you can just write get. Are you with me? So when you say get, it will return mobile entity. No lying. And this mobile entity, what you need to do? I need to copy back into mobile view and return it. Same concept, right? So here, what I'm going to do? I'm going to make an object of mobile view. People, are you following me or not? So here, tomorrow, when you come for that class, and I came to know you don't know is very bad because you're not asking questions. So I got the entity from database. This entity, I want to copy back everything in mobile view and return it. Ram, make sense?
Yes, sir.
Conversion. My job is done. So I wrote two method, right? Similarly, you can write method to what? To fetch all the data, right? Other will do in next session. Okay, this is enough. What method I want to write? Find all data. No need to pass any input. You know what it is going to return, man? List. Mhm. And here we have a method find by find all. Can you see this? It is going to return what? Cell reply. It is going to return list of, yeah,
List of data.
list of mobile entity. And what you need to do? This whole list you have to convert into
8.
view, list of view. The agenda is whole one list of view, you one list of object you are converting into another list of object. Yes or no? Hello. Here you are getting list of mobile entity. This is list of entity. That you have to convert into list of mobile view. How is possible? Any guess? In Java 8 you can do in one line, but I'm just doing as a layman. You have to iterate every entity from the list. Hmm? Yes. After that, you will create an object of mobile view. Allow me. Can you see this? And copy one entity into mobile view. Eventually, you can add this view into list. Hmm? Rama, we are on track, or we got super duper confused?
I'm a little confused here. So
Where? What is the confusion, man? Why you not asking questions? That's my problem. Ask questions. What confusion you have, sir? My dear sir. Here, when you are calling find all, it is returning all the list of mobile entity. That is
Yes.
clear, Ram?
It's clear, sir.
And this sub list of mobile entity, I want to return as a list of mobile view. How is possible? I will
So
go and take one entity one by one. Hey list, give me one entity. And this one entity I'm converting into mobile view by making an object of it and copy all the data from entity to mobile view. Once this data is copied from entity to mobile view, I'm adding into the list. Can you see this? That's it. So similarly, I'm doing for all the object present in the list. Where's the confusion? This question.
yes, sir, it's clear now.
Okay. So guys, how many operation I have done? 3 operation. We can save the data, we can load by ID, and let's do it. And if you want to perform delete, delete is cup of tea. Allow me. How? So you say delete mobile by ID. When you want to delete, when you are deleting something, you don't return anything, right? Convention. So here we have method already, right? Delete by
IT.
ID. You can pass the primary key and delete it. Oh my God, this is super duper simple. It's very simple thing. Yes, I have done with this. I don't know, you guys followed me or not? After it, you can auto wire this service in which layer? API controller. That's correct. How to auto wire it? Earlier, my data was not saving anywhere, right? Today, it
Private
is going to save into database.
mobile service, mobile service.
Nice. Mobile service done. Now let's make a call. How? Like here, when you are creating the mobile, you can make a call, right? Dot save method. Are you following me? In this, you can pass it. We don't need this random and all. Clear? Like when you save the mobile, sir, what you can do is you are not returning anything. Can you help me? Oh, here we are not returning anything. If you want, you can return the, primary key of it. You want to return the primary key of it? Yes. Dear, when you are saving it, whatever primary key was generated, I want to return it. That is integer value. It's okay with you? How? When you save your entity, right, it will return, it will return a new entity, which primary key. What I said, it will return a new entity with primary key, and from this object, you can fetch the primary key. Make sense? Then what I did, when you save it, it will return the new entity with primary key. I'm just returning the primary key. So when you save it, my primary key will come. Yes or no? Hello. And this P key, I can say it back to the incoming object and return it. My job is done. Say yes. Simple. So this input will have data without primary key, output will have same data with primary key. That's it. And in Hibernate, update and save both are same. So you can make the same call over here. What call? Same call. This method will update the data. Okay. Done. Can you help me? What about delete? Already we wrote the delete method. Yes or no? This is also done. What about find by ID? Sir, reply. You can write the method. Which method here? Find
But
load. It's load, I guess, right? What it will return him, Mr. Mobile view and mobile view. This is also done. Next one and last one, I guess. Please help me. No? Dot find all data. Hello? Done. So my program is connected with DV. Yeah, try. Yeah. Sir, if you allow to me, I can run it. You know how to run it? I can go to my this main class. Ram, will lose the track or we are on track?
almost, sir.
So let's run it. And tomorrow when you guys come for the session, ensure you should know this much.
Exception.
Okay, let's come. Actually, this problem is coming because of jar compatibility issue. If I right now Google it right now, that will take time, right? So let me solve in other way so that it can save our time. Just a second. Just a second, please. Hello, Prabhat, your host. Can you make me host, please? Okay, just a second.
Now it's okay.
No, no one replying. Which version I have used? Just 222, right? But
Yeah.
you can use higher version of it, but in order to ensure, right, it's working fine with the other whatever module we have, you have to ensure it's properly there, right? So then,
Mhm.
so it is done. Hey, how I can do it? Please tell me if it is working or not. How I can ensure it? You can go here and first of all, tables,
Run it.
database should be created. What is the name of the database?
There was
Well,
Or
something like that.
database,
boot something.
Mobile something it was.
Mobile boot.
mobile
Yeah.
store database.
Yeah, exactly.
It's there?
I
It's
don't
not
see
there.
it.
Refresh.
It is there, right? Table is also there. Can you see this? Yeah. So one data I can add manually if allowed to me. Hello, team. Vendor is one data is here, right? Other I can add it from the postman. Hey, who is saying I don't know postman? Please see. First of all, you should know how to fetch it. You know how to fetch it? You have to use get method. RAM. Then you can write the name of the application, and here you can write the mobiles. So, Mr. Match the URL pattern. If you want to fetch data from here, what you need to do? Can you see this? You can use mobiles and you can pass the MID. All right? Mobiles and MID is any guess? 1. So get and this one, it should return what? RAM. It should return me the data which you have in the database map against the MID 1.
Okay.
So let's try. I'm coming to the postman and click on this. Can you see this?
So
It is
error.
coming. Error. Oh, so
URL
what you
is
can,
wrong, sir.
no, that's fine. When 500 comes, right, here
You
500
have
is
to put
coming.
MID test
No
one
issue, no issue,
on
no
the
issue.
postman.
See, here I mention mobile store mobile/1. Everything is fine. 500 is coming means it means your request goes to the server, but there is some problem in processing the data. When I come here, it's saying null. Null means there is something null, right? You click on this mobile controller on this, and I understand the reason, right? Null point null when null comes. If your object is null, you are calling some method. So you know what I missed? I missed I think auto wire.
Yes.
How I came to know? I came to know because of error. My error is saying here error is null pointer. And when null pointer comes, when you call a method on the object which is pointing to null pointer comes. So what I came to know?
It
I
has
came
not been injected, so that's why you need to inject that in order.
exactly. So auto error. That's reason. Okay. So again, you can stop your application and you can run it. Cool. So you understand what was the problem? Problem was I missed to auto error. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call this endpoint, right? It should work. Yes, of course, man. Hello. Can you see this? Ram,
Yes, sir.
what I'm doing? See, I got the MID. Yeah. Now you can open the implementation. You can debug it. You know debug? Yeah. You can see the line by line execution. Using this MID, I'm going to hit my mobile repository. Yeah. So here, what I'm doing, I'm fetching my entity. Oh, my data came. Can you see this? Magic. Then the data RAM, I'm copying back to my mobile view. Yes, you know.
Yes.
After it, I'll come back to my controller, right? Using this effort, and you see the data. Wow. Ram, when you done this mobile view, right, this object will be converted into JSON and sent back to the postman. Done. And you see the output in the postman. Can you see this? Done. Hmm? Now you want to say create the record? Yeah, you can use post method. Which method we can use?
Post.
Post method. And let's send the data. It should save in database. So last time we created the post method. Can you see this? Yeah. In post method and in the body, you have to send the data. Color is blue.
Right.
Price, you can do anything. And here, this is coming from postman. This is clear. This is who said I don't know how to use postman. Post URL and in body you send it. And here you have to use raw. And here JSON. You want to send the JSON. My job is done. So what happened? I mean, it will hit which URL pattern? Any guess? This one. Hmm? Yeah.
Git method. Post
Submit
method.
post method with this. All the data came here. Can you see this? Wow. Now I'm calling my which method? Save method of what? Service layer. Hello. All the data came to service layer, and service layer is doing what? It is copying blindly all the data from mobile
Entity to
view into entity class. Now I'm saving it. So in order to save it, I don't know. Did this problem come? I don't know. Here, see, duplicate entry one for the primary. My God, why a lot of issues coming? Hmm? I don't know. It's not generating the primary key. This problem, I know. You know what happened? Let me give a try. After that, I'll tell you. Hello, what I did, man? Any guess? I have deleted my table and all, right? Because one entry I had done manually. I think that is the reason. And I'll explain to you why. This is because of Hibernate 5. No problem, no problem. Here, refresh it. In Hibernate sequence, we have one, right? I'm trying, sir. Can I try? Hit on it. And this, I'm adding this data how, Ram? Not manually. I'm just adding with my Hibernate ORM tool. Let me check here. Primary key already I've given. That's fine. Now I think it is generated. Okay. So what was the issue? The here query we are not generating. That's fine. What was the issue? Issue was in case of Hibernate 5, right? If you add data manually, so there is a problem because of this sequence. Understood?
So if we enter the data, so it's gonna be the auto generator. It's gonna be the breakup.
Actually, it is because of the Hibernate 5. In Hibernate 4, I haven't seen this issue. Okay. Let me try with the other data. So please, if you face this problem, then do whatever I did. Hello. No, just trying this. You know debugging? Yeah. Right. The second record is updated over here. Can you see this?
Yes.
This Hibernate sequence. It's saying the next key which is going to be generated is 3. That's fine. And you want to fetch the data? Any guess how? You can use get method. Am I right? get, and URL pattern will be same. And click on it, all the data should come. See, it is working. You want to delete it? Yeah. If you want to delete it, you have to use delete endpoint. Yes, ma'am. And here you can, after mobiles, you can mention the primary key
ID.
of it, right? Yeah, you want to delete the mobile, which ID is 2? Let's try. Yep, it is deleted, right? If you come and get it again, it should show how many data now.
So
Only one record is there.
for deleting, we just hit the ID number in the URL, right?
Yeah. When deleted, you are using delete method, and you are passing, you are hitting the same endpoint, but you are passing these two as a part of URI. So what happened? When you pass this as a part of the URI, it goes to here. Then, like here, it matches, and 2 goes to this variable, and eventually using path variable, you are binding this variable with the MID. That's it. After that, you are calling service layer. Service will call your repository and delete it. Make sense? So I'm able to do this much. If you understand this much, say I understand. Otherwise, say I don't understand at all. Yep. Next thing, what I have to do in this is, next thing I have to do is exception handling. Exception handling, why? If you are trying to delete something which is not there, or if you are trying to find something is not there, you should get a proper exception, right? This record does not exist. Yeah, some exception comes. You should see proper message, right? This is the issue. Yes, you know?
Yes.
So that is called exception handling in the REST API, and that will cover tomorrow. So tomorrow agenda is we will talk about exception handling in the REST API, and after that I will tell you some more stuff of it. We'll talk about more about REST API principle. Like when you design your REST API, what different points you should take into the considerations, what naming convention you should follow, and we'll talk about little bit more about different status code like 401, 402, 404, 404, 405, 406, right? All those things. 500, 501, 502, 503, all those things. You tell me it is enough, or I can teach you something.